Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD with mods. This is episode 7. In episode 6 we went ahead and chipped just the tiniest bit off of the top of our debt iceberg, as I'm calling it, and we completed a mission. We're given a replacement to do mail into the same city that we had already started with passengers, so we went ahead and got that set up. I currently only have 2 mail trucks, and I'm just going to wait until we have enough cash to clone a few more ourselves. I don't want to take out a loan for that, so we'll get this going and go from there. A little bit of speed up. So it may take a little bit to do that. Obviously the first ones really aren't making any money yet, so we'd have to give them a little bit more time. But then they're going to be okay, I think. Especially while they're rolling around up in Grrrr, because that's a big city, so it's got lots of potential traffic for us. Yeah, see, it's going to be profitable, it'll be fine. So that's good. And off they go. I still would really like to see a new vehicle show up, something with some actual reliability. It would be very, very nice. But anyway, I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing me complain about that, so I'll try and not complain about that too much more. But it's probably still going to happen, fair warning. Okay, we have enough to clone. And I need to make sure I click on a mail truck and not a passenger vehicle, because they look identical. Or at least they do to my eyes. If you have better vision than I do, maybe you can see a difference, but I certainly cannot. Let's go ahead and clone that and let it go. There we go. And it's off. Pop into MeTown, get very little, because it's a very small city. There's really not a heck of a lot for it to do. I think it's grown a tiny bit. I think it was at 760 before, but either way, it's a very low population city. The real action happens up here in Grrrr, or Grrrr, or whatever. I'm not entirely sure how it should be pronounced, but I'm guessing it's Grrrr. And that'll do for what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, so we actually have a good full load here. So let's let that roll over, drop off, and we can get an idea of how much 12 bags of mail is worth. Apparently about 250 bucks, so that's not bad. So these will definitely be profitable routes. Even with the fairly long trip here, which probably takes, I'm guessing, about 3 or 4 months, this should still be okay. Definitely the passenger traffic is good. The mail traffic seems a bit low, but definitely the passenger traffic will be definitely profitable, so I'm happy with that. So that's good. You're just now mentioning that to me. Thank you for that. So this is why I keep mentioning I'm concerned about missing a pop-up about new vehicles, because the message buffer is often very far behind. And if it gets too many messages, then it just starts skipping them. So that's why I always go in and manually check the vehicles list to see if there is anything new every once in a while, just because I'm so paranoid about missing a pop-up about it. But anyway. We're making good headway here, so other than the construction vehicles, I would have been profitable this year. So I'm okay with that. Although interestingly, it looks like the road vehicle income is actually going to end up being lower for this year than last year. I guess I must have had a few of those really long routes hitting in 11 but not hitting in 12, I'm guessing. That's okay. We're still making headway, and that's all that matters. Keep my finger poised near the repay button to see if I can happen to catch it. So I would really like to chip a little bit more of that away if I could. Probably isn't going to happen until sometime in 1813, but that's okay. No, actually, almost. I mean, the interest rate will bring this back negative, but it'll end up looking like it's almost a positive number for 1812, even with those, so that's pretty good. Another month or two, we'll be able to chip away again. And in the meantime, it looks like that sawmill mission, the very first thing we did, is just about done. So that's good as well. Not quite. Let's see if we can make that happen here in March. It's going to be, yes, excellent. Okay. Now, of course, it'll be several more months, probably actually not until 14, that we're able to do that again, but every time we do that, that knocks just that little bit off, so. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Wow. Well, we're just about halfway through the year, and we're at a point where if this continues, we may be able to chip off 2 loan bits per year. That would be pretty good. I'd be quite happy with that progress. So I'm pretty sure that means my theory was right about the really long-range vehicles basically hitting every other year because it's so far a trip. It takes them more than a year to make it. I think I think it was this one I followed, Delivery, might have been the Iron, but one of them I followed, and it was I think it was a 15-month trip. I figured out something like that. It was brutally long anyway. Oh, I just missed it. That's okay. We'll get it this month. We'll get it this month. Not a problem. Maybe. Oh, okay. Not quite. on, you can do this. I know you can do this. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so we managed to chip away 2 in 1813. I like it. So by the time we get to year's end, we'll be able to see, I mean, it's certainly not going to drop drastically, but the loan interest amount will definitely drop, and the difference is just sheer profit we were throwing away to interest, so it's good to get it back. Or start getting it back, I guess. Not paying it in either rate. However way you want to look at it. Yes, this is definitely looking a lot better than previous years. We still have 2 months to go yet. Fantastic. Guess I could probably... Well, maybe I won't bother. I was going to say I might clone another mail truck or two, but maybe I won't bother. It's not that much. It would help up in Dradner, but it's not going to help here at all, so maybe I just won't bother. I'd rather just chip away the interest. I know for sure I'm getting a good return on the money. There we go. So you can see we saved a good 1,000, and that wasn't even for the full year with the 2 pieces taken off, because I got off one piece early in the year and the other piece midway through the years. But that's 1,000 in extra profit every year from now on that we're not going to be paying on that loan. So this is good. Well, now that I'm looking at it, maybe I should actually add another mail vehicle or 2. I just noticed this wants a staggering amount of mail. So maybe, just maybe, I should actually do that. Let's see. Nope, your passengers. I need a mail truck that I can see clearly so I can clone it. Maybe I'll just do it through the depot directly. So I'm going to sort it by name so that the mail trucks are on top. Nope, not quite enough. There it goes. Okay. Might even do one more. Otherwise, this mission here will basically never complete. It's already going to take a very long time. It's just going to get more and more crazy. There we go. Okay. Let's see, what's likely to finish soon? Probably the sawmill. Let's go have a watch over there for a while. Okay, so this is a pretty long road as well. Looks like this forest is not producing at all, and yet somehow isn't being removed. Interesting. But either way, that explains why I had noticed that this wasn't really moving much, and that certainly would be a good reason why. Alright, let's see where we have another forest. Okay, we have one just here. That still has production. Okay. Just regular road. Go ahead and connect that. Okay, okay. We're going to be difficult, I see. How close do I need to get this loading bay? Okay, I need one more square. And it's 2,000. Okay, I'm just going to wait for that, rather than extending the loan. I really, really, really do not want to extend another loan. We're finally getting to a point where we're just about chipping them away, so I really don't want to re-extend. Oh, clearly we're not doing so well, so maybe I do have to. Losing the income off the sawmill is clearly hurting a little bit. Okay. Make sure that's facing the right way. There we go. And that has connected the road. Okay. Now, we need to get to your depot so we can access all of these vehicles at once. Cloning vehicles will keep the settings for orders, but it doesn't remember that it's a clone, so if I change one, it won't change all of them. So I will have to change each of these manually, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. It is easy enough to do. That's a full load, and that is no longer full. In fact, we can just delete that, because it has no capacity at all anymore. And that is a full load. Excellent. Instead, come to here for a full load. Do not go to here anymore. Okay, and number 4. Again, go to here for a full load, no longer going to there. And lastly, you will also go to here for a full load and no longer go to here. Excellent. Okay. That means that this one here that is partially loaded the last few bits, it should now, yeah, it'll now take them away because it's no longer waiting for that last single piece of wood. It's weird though, if when the production goes to 0, usually they just out and out vanish, or maybe that takes a little while to do, I don't know. Either way, if nothing else, this is a much shorter trip than that one. So I wonder if maybe this forest wasn't even here when I first set this up, or maybe the production here was so much greater that I thought it was worth going further, but I'm thinking this one may not have even been here yet, because I think I still would have taken this one, even with slightly less production, just because it's so much closer. But I'm not at a point where I can remember that far back, so we won't worry about it. Anyway, let's put the speed back up. Now it is active. Oh, hang on a second. This is still... Okay, I'm losing my mind. This one is still active. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take just a couple of these vehicles, maybe 2 of them. Number 3 and, say, number 5. And I'm going to tell them... Actually, you know what? I have an even better idea. I'm just going to start... I'm going to close all of these, and we're going to start over here. What I'm going to do is sort of something I did with oil in the previous playthrough, is that instead of telling these things to go to one place and do a full load, I'm going to tell them to go to both places, not for a full load. That way they'll just pick up whatever's available. If one happens to be empty, they'll just move to the other one, etc. So what that means is we take this and we put this back on, but we take off the full load. That was number 4. Here we go. Then we go to here, and we don't worry about full load. Maybe that's why this didn't remove. Maybe it knew it was about to put the production back up a little bit. I'm not sure. I've never seen it do that. That's just bizarre to me, but that's okay. I don't mind. So what this does mean, though, is if this ever does just collapse, yes, they'll still come out here for nothing, but at least they won't get confused and just sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there. I have no idea how long that one vehicle was sitting there. It could have been just a couple days. It could have been months. I have no idea. So, if nothing else, this will fix that, and that will be good. And not a full load. There we go. Excellent. So now they'll go to both of them regardless of how much it takes, so that actually now means this long trip is slightly longer because we're effectively re-adding this part, but there will be no issues with either empty trains going back or things being stuck sitting there for extended periods of time with nothing to pick up. So that should be good as well. And more importantly, this can start going back again and moving towards completion. So that's a good thing. Alrighty, excellent. And now I'll go back to keeping an eye on the financial situation. Leave this here where we can see what's happening. And see if we can't chip away another bit of loan. Yes, there we go. Excellent. So there, we knocked fully 10% off at the 1 mil, even the maximum I've ever had it. We knocked fully 10% of that off, which is fantastic. And it can only get better and better as we go. I think when your money goes negative, you actually do pay interest on it as well. So I think these numbers may not be exactly representative of purely loan interest, unless that's what the other thing is. I've never entirely figured out what this is. Maybe that's what counts as other. I'm not sure, but I'm quite sure I am paying some kind of interest on this overdraft. But I just don't know if it counts in here or in here. But either way, no matter. And we are about to say goodbye to 1814 and welcome in 1815. Hooray. There it goes. Happy 1815, everyone. And here comes a couple, which tells me that the lead one had broken down at some point, and the other one caught up, and never mind, it'll break down, so I guess I'll space them back out anyway. Never mind. That's the other reason I stopped. If you remember from last series, I often had stops in the depot marked as optional, and this time I've left them all on mandatory, so every time they go by, they will stop in, so, or at least they're supposed to, unless they're ignoring my orders, but that wouldn't be very nice. But theoretically, they should stop in every time they go by, so at least briefly, and that should keep the reliability decent. I guess I could actually check that. If I sit here, I'll be able to see as they're coming. Yeah, that one came in from the depot, so clearly they are going in there. Let's put the speed up a bit here. Yeah, okay, so they are doing that. That's good. Very, very good. Alright, and we're rocking and rolling our way through. Excuse me. Yes, no, thank you. Yes, I know some people have to go a very long way. Now, I noticed every single one of them said 0%. Now I'm a little bit worried here that there is no more oil on this side. And I would be right, the factory is still there, but the oil is gone. So it ran out completely and has not, unlike that forest that still stayed there and kind of recovered a little bit, the oil just disappeared completely. So let's find the next nearest oils. It looks like they're way down here, and there's two of them. There's one. There was a second one here too. I just don't see it. They are too far zoomed out. Oh, there it is there. Okay. Okay. Well, for now, we'll just connect this one here. We won't worry about the other one at this point. I'm going to have to extend a loan to even get them out there, or build it very, very slowly. Because this is a long, long, long way. That's unfortunate. Now, let's at least get the truck bay in. And then I guess I'll just have to chip away at the road whenever I can. How much does each square cost, approximately? About 400. Nope, about 800, because it actually has to connect the previous one as well. That is not ideal. That's going to be very expensive. I really didn't want to have to re-extend a loan. I'm starting to think I may just have to, because those oil ones are themselves quite profitable, so unfortunately, that means I have to do that. In fact, it looks like I have to do a couple more. Not real impressed with that, I must admit. Anyway. Alright, now, easiest would be to go to the depot and grab the list of vehicles from there. Okay, we can close that, close that, close that, and put the focus over here so we can see what we're doing. Alright, so this will be going to here. And I'm not going to do a full load, just in case I run into this problem again. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can do a full load, I suppose. It's not such a big deal when you only have one trip. If I ever end up adding another one, I'll take that off, and that'll be better. But for now, I suppose it'll work right as it is. Let's add that, let's make that a full load, and remove that, and that's that one done. Next, come to here, full load, and remove. That one's done. And this one, go to here, full load, remove that, and there we go. So they should all leave here and make their way over. Of course, because they probably sat there for quite a while, their reliability is probably plummeted again, so this will probably be a very slow and painful trip in terms of breakdowns. But anyway. That's okay. They'll get there. It'll just take a while. Very, very, very slow. And I hadn't even noticed that the percentages weren't going up, but it's... Or I guess it'd be the Frombury one, but I hadn't even noticed that it not going up, but... So I wonder how long it was like that. It's probably been like that for quite a while. But anyway. Actually, what I'm going to do for all of these, because they are so now unreliable, is I'm going to do a control click, which tells it, do a quick depot stop, but don't stay in the depot, just get service, and then continue on your way. Because that will help bring these terrible reliabilities back up, which will be nice. If you just do a regular click, then they'll go in the depot and wait, which is what you do, for example, if you want to sell a vehicle off. But in a case like this, I just want them to go in for maintenance, so they'll pop in and pop right back out, and the reliability will jump right back up, so that'll be fine. That'll make the rest of that trip much, much, much faster, which is good. They may still have breakdowns, but instead they won't break down 6 times on just one screen worth of travel. I don't think any of them even had anything to drop off, but I guess we'll see. But I don't think they did. Yeah, one of them may have happened to have had a drop or two, but no, nothing. Okay. So be it. Right, now they're making their way down here. To go and actually pick up some oil, which would be good. Well, it does rather upset me, though, that I had to go ahead and re-extend the loans, but needs must, as they say. But once these get going again, they'll make that money back for us. And that will be okay. Alright, so they're within a screen's worth of the distance now, so they're almost there. And the production here is decent, so it shouldn't take too long for them to fill and get back heading on their way. So that'll be alright. It still is a very long trip, but that's okay. Alright, and here we are. The first one's arriving, so it will activate and then start to fill. There we go, and that is on the way, which is excellent. Alright folks, so at this point, I think I'm going to call that an episode. So I thank everyone for joining me today, and until next time, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.